What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news for you concerning the new king of the middleweight division, Canelo Alvarez. I give credit where credit's due. Canelo Alvarez has won a decision against the quote-unquote monster, which I call the old monster of the middleweight division, Gennady Golovkin. So the question is now, guys, where does Canelo Alvarez go from here? Of course, Golovkin wants another fight. He wants a trilogy fight. He wants a rubber match. But, he has to deal with mandatories along with eliminators and guys that are in line for that opportunity. Okay. So the question is, where does he start? I know David Lemieux just knocked out Gary Spike O'Sullivan in one round. So it looks like that would be the case. I think David Lemieux would have earned his opportunity hadn't, the Billy Joe Saunders setback. But I'm glad that kind of happened the way it did, because there wouldn't have been no excuse or no obstacle why the Golovkin-Canelo fight, the second fight, couldn't happen. But David Lemieux is a house name. He has a fan-friendly style. He is also with Golden Boy. He can punch like a truck. You see how he puts guys out. And the thing about him and Canelo's not tall, okay? Because I noticed that Lemieux has problem with taller guys that can jab. Now, Canelo can jab too, but he's mostly a counterpuncher. So I see that fight fought in a phone booth as long as it lands, because David Lemieux can get hurt too. And I want to see the superb boxing skills from Canelo versus the hardcore punching, raw, God-given power that Lemieux has to offer. And that would be a good fight, man, because it's a hooker versus a hooker, right? I would love to see these dudes exchanging hooks just like he did with Golovkin back in the day. And Golovkin got the better end of it because Golovkin had his guard up and David Lemieux did not. I remember that fight. I actually just finished a video about that involved Canelo and Lemieux when they fought. But Lemieux does good with guys around his same height, just like Curtis Stevenson is around 5'8", and I think that would be a good fight, because styles make fights, and Lemieux does have a Kirkland-like style, a come forward, roughhouse hooking style, like James Kirkland did, and we all know what happened to James Kirkland. The only difference is James Kirkland, he had punching power, but he didn't have a chin. David Lemieux, he does have a pretty decent chin. So let's see if Canelo can take Lemieux's punches, and I think Canelo would be more cautious in this fight, not to fight, Lemieux like that, because Lemieux can knock you out. He can take your top off if you allow him to. So, but Canelo, he has a lot of options. He can take the fight, because if he does fight Lemieux or someone in December, he won't fight in that next 12 weeks. So that him fighting Golovkin in May is slim to none. You know what I mean? If that happens. So, and I think, Golovkin, I understand why he wants to fight Canelo, but I think he shouldn't even fought him the second time. I didn't even really want to see that fight, honestly. And I told people that he shouldn't have fought Canelo again. He should have been comfortable with the money and the draw and went on about his business and made peace with it, But if he was chasing the money, he got what he was asking for, but he lost a lot too. You know what I'm saying? So, because he could have fought anyone. He could have fought Deverenchenko. He could have fought a lot of people, okay? So, nonetheless, Canelo has the belts now. He can fight the winner out of Billy Joe Saunders and Boo Boo Andrade, or he can fight Charlo, and they're already saying that, Charlo don't deserve a shot. So, of course, you can expect that type of treatment coming from Golden Boy with the cash cow up there at 160. I was afraid of that, but we will see who he does decide to fight. You know what I mean? But again, I would love it to be someone like Lara if you're going to be dragging people up there. If you want Spence to come all the way from 147 like you wanted Khan to come from 147 to 155, I think that you should get someone that's at least at 154 and bring them up that already fought you again. That would be a good fight, a good matchup. But Canelo's a good seasoned fighter. He's only 28 years of age. He's going to be around for at least the next 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm saying? He might want to retire at age 30. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because he's already been in, 53 fights? So, he's done what he's supposed to do. He's made a truckload of money. He's living well, so I don't think, he'll fight for too much longer, but I would love to see him take on the best at 160. You know what I mean? I would love to see him go against Jacobs, and that's another name, Charlo, Deverenchenko even, and see who fights out of that. You know what I mean? I think Jacobs is going to take him, but there's a lot of fights to be made. So we just got to sit back and watch and see who wins and see who gets what, but ultimately it's in Canelo's corner, but it looks like it's going to be David Lemieux. So don't be surprised if it does happen. I'll be the first to tell you guys. So anyway, you tell me what you think about Canelo Alvarez being the new crowned 160-pound king. Who should he fight next? Please comment and subscribe. You guys been counterpunched. Peace.